已经进去了吗？
郭岩，想问一下，你要直播的话是横屏比较好，还是竖屏比较合适？哦，竖屏是吧？
哦，视频。
好的。还有什么其他问题没？你能够看你说话，看能不能听得到？你们能够听到？
能够听到我说话吗？
就是现在能够听到消防说话吗？
我转远一点，能听到说话吗 ？Hello， 测试，能听见吗？能听见吗？能听见吗？
是的，但是刚刚我们试过竖屏，我们刚刚试过竖屏，但是现在变成了横屏，可以把它设置，可以把它。
你把那个锁定，把它锁一下，把屏幕转过来锁住，你锁住了，那个屏锁住了。
没有锁啊，没有锁啊。
就是那个锁屏的那个功能啊。
我没动，什么都没动啊。这不就是这个。
是，他说按照大家的那个1、2、3、4那个设置的话，
我先出来吧。
那我们这个，那我们
翻转不是。
它这个是横屏，你看。
那我们重新
就是你的那个手机设置
是可以变成竖屏的吗？
要停止直播还是什么？它没有这个设置。
它已经固定了，所以它应该就是只能是横屏的了。
它那边本身就固定的，不是我的。因为它最开始设置的就这样。
就是横屏吗？
对呀。
因为它最开始设定就是我这边没有那个。
哦，那行。
因为我们最开始测试的时候不是通过它固定的那个。横屏就横屏吧。
没有我的手机。
这几点了？
对。
哦，已经时间到了。
设置的时候，那就只能横屏，因为它已经那边锁定了。就是说，如果我们这边竖着拿手机的话，它那边的那个画面是折着的。
OK， 那你就 OK， 那我们开始吧。Hello everyone, this is Juan from TVCMALL, and today I am in Lisbon, Portugal with my dear colleague, Jovi, our sales manager.
Hello everyone.
And Rita, CEO of TVCMALL. The weather is very, very good. Look at the sea, purple flower. We're now at the terrace of Santa Lucia. It's a very beautiful country. We have booked a drive for 1 hour in old town of Lisbon. Now we have an appointment with the driver. Hello.
How are you?
Good. Good.
let's go there. I need to explain to you some stuff here.
Okay. Okay.
Hello. Your English is good? Good
Yes.
English?
Yes.
Good English? So about this spot where we are, this
Okay.
is called Portas do Sol.
Okay.
Portas do Sol translates to the gate of the sun. A long time ago, the eastern entrance of Lisbon was over there.
Okay.
So we no longer have the sun gate, but you still have some of the Moorish walls, the oldest walls of the city.
Okay.
9th century. You're gonna notice on the red building, the part that is not on red,
Yeah.
it's from the original walls of the city.
Okay.
Where you have the big stairs, that's also from the original walls of the city.
Okay.
So all the neighborhood that you see is Alfama. Alfama is the oldest neighborhood of
Okay.
Lisbon. Lisbon started with Alfama inside of
Okay.
the wall and a little fortress on the top.
Okay. 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 Nice.
Ready for the adventure? At the end of your tour, you want to finish back here
Yeah.
or somewhere different?
Okay, we can finish by
Finish
here.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Ready for the adventure?
Yes. Yes.
Let's go. It's okay. My love.
Can I give you a microphone?
Microphone?
Yeah.
Oh.
Can just.
Can you
Okay.
listen to me?
Yes.
Okay. Is good?
Yes.
Oh.
Hello. 1, 2, 3. Hello, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Is good?
Okay. Let's
Okay.
begin our adventure.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is it working?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
working?
Yes. Very
Okay.
good. So, this is not our first time in Europe, and we have already been to Europe for several times. We have been to a lot of countries, and every year we have this plan to visit our dear customers in France, in Germany, in Denmark, in Sweden. A lot of we have already been almost all the countries in Europe, and this time we began our journey from Lisbon, from Portugal. Then we will tomorrow we will fly to Poland. After Poland, we will go to Sweden, Denmark, and Greece. Then we will fly back to Shenzhen from Milan. Why we do this trip? Why we want to meet our customers? Why we take a lot of effort to traveling around the world? It's because we want to get close to our dear customers, and not only for business, and also we want to be friend with everyone, with our customers. It's good to meet them every year, or every 2 years. Do you feel the vibe? This is summer in Portugal. A lot of people around, a lot of music, and a lot of sunshine. It feels summer. It's not like in Shenzhen. In Shenzhen we work, and here in Portugal we just enjoy life.
Okay. Also, you're gonna notice two things on the left side now.
Yes.
You're gonna notice first the house with the triangular roof over there.
Okay.
That's one of the oldest houses of Lisbon from the 15th century.
This
This house over here, yeah. And also you notice these decorations over here.
Yes.
So this during the month of June we're celebrating the Saint popular season,
Okay.
which means for the whole month of June we have a big party all over the city.
Okay.
So all over the city we have decorations.
Okay.
These places they sell beer, wine, sangria, meat on the grill, fish on the grill. So it's like a giant party all over the city during the whole month of June.
Okay. The whole month or
The whole month of June, yeah.
okay.
So,
So there are a lot of tourists that come.
yeah. And a lot of local as well. This is a party for the locals. Saint popular season is being, we do it for a long time ago.
Okay. Okay, and also if you are in Portugal, you can just give us a call or send us a message, and we want to meet you here. Do you see that train? That is very special. I did not see this in any other place.
Yeah, we have a bit of traffic now.
Yeah,
Too many
lots of,
tuk-tuks.
yeah.
Too many tuk-tuks, trams and stuff on the small streets. So everything is blocked.
Oh, it's okay.
But if
we have time.
If it takes a bit more of time, it's okay, no worries.
Okay.
It's because of the traffic, it's not your fault, okay?
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. And you can see the sea over there.
The river,
It's a river.
the Tagus River.
Okay.
Tagus River is the biggest river of the Iberic Peninsula. Starts
okay.
in Spain and it crosses Spain and Portugal until it finishes over here. So this is the estuary of the Tagus River, the end of the Tagus River.
Okay.
1,000 kilometers and it finishes over here. So it's river but it's mixed with the ocean. So it's
Okay.
salty water.
And now we are. This is a mountain line. It's a hill.
It's a hill, yeah.
It's a hill. Lisbon is built on
Seven hills.
7 hills.
Yeah, we call it the
Seven
city of the
hills,
seven
yeah.
hills. So this is the hill of the castle. The castle is going to be behind the buildings over there.
So now we'll go to the top of the hill. It means top of Lisbon.
The highest hill of the city.
It reminds me a city in China. Chongqing is like Lisbon. Go up and go down on the hill.
Also behind the station you're going to notice the portrait in Portuguese stone wall. Can you see it?
Yes.
So this is the portrait of Amália Rodrigues. Amália Rodrigues was the greatest fado singer of all times.
Okay.
Do you know about fado?
No.
Fado is a Portuguese style of music.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Nowadays it's world
like
heritage.
reggae.
It's like what?
It's like reggae style.
Reggae style.
Yeah.
Is a bit more melancholic and sad.
Okay.
Fado translates to fate or destiny. So usually
Okay.
the ladies speak about sufferings of their lives. So fado is
okay.
very sad,
I
deep,
don't know that.
melancholic. Usually fado, nowadays you also have male fado singers, but most of the fado singers are women.
Okay.
And they speak about their sad life. Oh, I miss my husband, I feel so lonely.
Okay. So where can we hear that kind of music here?
So you have
You go to some bars.
Yeah. You have a type of restaurant
Yeah.
in Lisbon which is called the Fado House.
Okay.
a house of fado. It's
Okay,
basically
house of fado. Okay.
it's basically a restaurant, and during the night you can listen to live fado music,
Okay.
and you can try some Portuguese food. So fado is usually a lady singing, a guitar, a classic guitar, and a Portuguese guitar that gives all the high notes.
Okay.
It looks like a banjo.
Great. Great. And tonight maybe we will not talk a lot about our business, about our products. We'll just enjoy our trip.
Also, you should go to the bottom part of Alfama because of the Saint popular parties. It's a really nice atmosphere all over the neighborhood of Alfama. A good reference point is the Museum of Fado. You start over there and you start going up on the small streets of the city. So I don't know if you know, but 1st of November of 1755 we suffered one of the biggest earthquakes in Europe's history. So around 80% of the city got destroyed. We had the earthquake, then we had a lot of fires all over the city.
Which year is it?
1755.
Okay,
1755,
Okay.
the biggest earthquake in Europe's history. So more than 80% of the city got destroyed. But Alfama, a lot of stuff survived. So Alfama is considered the time capsule of Lisbon before the earthquake. And Alfama is very famous for the little streets, kind of like a labyrinth.
Only in Lisbon or in the whole country?
All in Lisbon you have, all in Portugal, you have these type of neighborhoods. Basically, there's two reasons behind the small streets on the typical neighborhoods. One of them is because on a very hot day, it gives shade to the whole neighborhood, so it's much cooler inside, and was also used long time ago as a line of defense of the city. So in case we got invaded, the invaders had to enter the streets. Because they were small, they'd have to do 1 by 1 or 2 by 2 instead of big groups, and eventually get lost on the labyrinths of the city. So that's the origin behind all the small streets.
Interesting.
And now we are entering the neighborhood of Graça.
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 Okay.
Graça translates to grace.
Grace.
Like grace
of
to the Lord. Grace
of
to the Lord.
God.
Exactly. So basically, before the Portuguese were here, most of Iberic Peninsula was occupied by the Moors. Nowadays would be the Arabs from North Africa.
Okay.
So they were here from 8th century until the 12th.
Okay.
And Portugal started up as a small kingdom on the north.
Okay.
So on the 12th century, our king, Dom Afonso Henriques, started conquering all the way down until Lisbon. And he conquered Lisbon to the Moors on 1147.
1147.
1147. And this area over here was the area that the Portuguese soldiers camped to conquer the city to the Moors. So nowadays on the Saint popular season, this is one of the main areas where you can have the party. The whole square, you're gonna notice the decorations all over the streets. You have a lot of benches, you have a stage with live music. Really nice atmosphere here in Graça. Usually we start the night of party over here, and then we slowly make our way down. Because we are on the top, the Graça hill is the highest of the hills of the city, and then we slowly make our way down.
Okay, this is the highest point of the city?
This is the highest neighborhood.
Okay.
We are on our way to the highest natural point of Lisbon, where you're gonna have the best view of the city.
Great.
Also, you're gonna notice this big building, the white one behind the parties.
Yes.
This is the Graça convent. The original Graça convent is from the 13th century.
13th century.
13th century, yeah. But during the earthquake was completely destroyed. So the version, as you see, was already rebuilt after the earthquake. So 18th century.
It's more than 700 years.
700 years, yeah. So Graça, on the 19th century, it became a working class neighborhood. And we start having a lot of villas. So you're gonna notice this big blue building with the tiles. This is Villa Sousa, one of the oldest villas of Lisbon. A villa is a group of buildings with a little community area on the middle, what we call a patio. So basically the big companies start making villas for the boss of the company, the family of the boss, the most important workers, and that's what made the Graça neighborhood grow a lot from the beginning of 19th century.
So from those are the residents for working class.
Yes, yes. Nowadays, not much, but they used to be. That's what made the neighborhood grow mostly from 19th century. Before you had the Graça convent and green land, farms. So now we're gonna pass on the front part of the Villa Souza. You're gonna notice on the little community area on the middle. This was for every worker have a sense of community. So after they finish work, they go there, they grill fish and meat, they drink, and they have kind of a community.
So what is a special food in Lisbon?
So this time of the year is definitely sardines.
Sardine.
Sardines. You're gonna during the night.
Okay.
You're gonna notice the smell of sardines all over the city. Is the beginning of the time of the sardines. So we just put them with rock salt, put on the grill on both sides, and then we usually eat it with bread. We put the sardines on the bread. We use the bread like a plate.
It's like a sandwich.
No. We use the bread like a plate, just one slice of bread. We eat the sardines with our hand. 1 sardine, 2 sardines, 10 sardines. After the bread gets all the juices from the sardines, and you eat it with the last sardine. So you use the sardine, use the bread as a plate.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
You put
yes.
one bread, you put all the sardines, you eat them with your hand, and at the end you got all the juices from the sardines. With the last sardine, usually you take off the fillet and you eat the sardine with the bread.
Okay. Would you like to try?
It's very good.
Yeah. And besides sardine, what else?
Sorry?
What else?
We also are very famous for seafood in general. We have, I love it, it's called bouillon pato clams. Clams, mussels, all the animals with the shell. We open them with white wine, garlic, butter and coriander. And then you eat the clams with your hands, and you also soak the bread on the sauce. It's very good to start a meal. We also have seafood rice. Seafood rice is like a Portuguese version of a risotto. So we cook the rice, but we leave some stock on the rice. So it's like very stewy and gluey still with the sauce. Also very good. Also a lot of fish on the grill as well. All type of fish. Sardines is special this year, but all the year we have good fish.
And we have tried this kind of food in Spain. So what is the difference?
Difference. The basic stuff is very similar. Olive oil, garlic, onions, and coriander. But they do a lot of tapas, sharing plate, and we do more comfort food.
Okay.
So even if you use the same ingredients, the two foods are very different. Also, here you're gonna have the Saint Vincent Church.
Saint Vincent Church.
Saint Vincent Church, the biggest church of the city.
Okay, biggest church.
You want to go inside or no?
No.
No?
Just,
okay.
yeah.
So basically, here we have one of the biggest churches of Lisbon. We call it the Saint Vincent Church of the outside.
Okay.
So in the 12th century, our king, when he conquered the city, he dedicated his victory to Saint Vincent.
Okay.
And he built the first church outside of the city walls. Eventually, on the end of the 16th century, Portugal had a dynastic crisis. We had a king called Dom Sebastian that disappeared in Morocco, in Alcácer Quibir. And we got controlled by Spain for nearly 60 years. And Felipe II of Spain, to show that he was the boss now, ordered to start the buildings of the biggest church of the city. Still today, this is the biggest church of Lisbon. Inside the church, you're gonna have one of the biggest organs of the Iberic Peninsula. And inside of the monastery, you're gonna have the tombs of the kings after the Spanish, which is the dynasty of Bragança, the last royal family of Portugal.
Okay.
also this area today is just a normal parking area, but Tuesdays and Saturdays we have one of the biggest flea markets of Lisbon happening over here.
Okay.
So there's a lot of benches here. They sell antiquities, second-hand stuff, handmade stuff, a bit of everything. It's like a big market for antiquities.
Yeah.
Tuesdays and Saturdays. So tomorrow it's gonna happen.
Some old stuff.
All types of stuff you can imagine. Old cameras,
Yeah.
clothes, shoes, ceramics, handmade stuff. You can see a bit of everything.
So now we are going down the hill.
So now we're gonna go down all the way. So I show you the Pantheon, one of my favorite buildings of Lisbon in terms of architecture.
Another church.
So this is the National Pantheon. Pantheon.
Okay.
The Pantheon is the house of the immortals.
Okay.
So basically over here we have the tombs. We sepultate the people that
okay.
contributed for the Portuguese history or the Portuguese culture. So we have the great legends of Portugal are buried over here. So one of the most international examples of people you're gonna have over here is Amália Rodrigues, the Queen of Fado. She's buried over here.
The Queen.
The Queen of Fado, the greatest Fado singer.
Okay. Okay.
You also have the tomb of José Saramago, which was the Nobel of Literature from Portugal, and Eusébio, the Black Panther, the best Portuguese football player of all times.
Great. Great.
Yeah, because there was too much traffic, I'm gonna go the ninja way so we don't get all that traffic. You can see here is more quiet. But yeah, from here, now we're gonna go to the highest viewpoint of Lisbon, the best view of the city.
Okay.
Also, you're gonna have one
So
of...
the place of Graça is not the highest.
Graça is the highest. Yeah.
Yeah.
We went a bit down to show you the Vincent Church and the
Okay.
Pantheon, and we're gonna go back to the top of Graça
Okay.
now. And here you're gonna have one of the biggest murals of Lisbon. There's around 53,000 tiles on this wall.
50,000.
50,000, yeah. 53,000.
53,000.
So this is a parallel universe of Paris and Lisbon mixed on the same city. So you have La Vie Belle, Paris, the Eiffel Tower, together with the most important elements of Lisbon. The Portuguese artist who made this is André Saraiva. So André Saraiva has Portuguese and French origins. So this is a parallel universe of his childhood, because he used to travel a lot between Paris and Lisbon. You also might have noticed that a lot of buildings in Lisbon got tiles, like this one over here. The tile is one of the many influence we got from the Moors. Basically, the Moors have been using ceramics for thousands of years to make pots, to make
It's
plates.
like in Marocco style.
Like Mahog style. The Portuguese start using on the outside of the buildings from the 16th century. First on the royal palaces, the most important churches, and then the high society starts to use it. So it was a way of showing off who got the money and who doesn't.
And the influence of the Morocco.
Influence of Morocco, yeah. We also use it because first they are a very good isolant. So during the summer they reflect the heat, keeping the houses a bit cooler, and during the winter doesn't let the heat go out. So that's the origin and the practical side of our tile. So here we are on the other side of the Graça Square. So the big party is over here. You can come here during the night. So today they usually just start the party at night time. So you can come here during the night, grab a table, and you can have sardines, beer, sangria.
And also music of fado.
No fado. It's popular Portuguese music. Also Portuguese music, but it's a different style.
Okay.
So this is party music.
Okay.
Fado is more sad music.
Okay, sad music. Not,
So this
not for the
is,
party.
we call it popular music.
Okay.
So this is more happy and dancey music. Fado is popular music is party. Jesus Christ.
In fact, there's another announcement that I would like to share with our dear customers. Is that we just signed the contract of the exclusive distributor from Taurus, the famous brand Taurus, for two countries. One Sweden, and another is Denmark. For this year, one of our business plan is to promote this brand in Europe, and we have bring a lot of samples for our customers, and we will attend the biggest event in Berlin this year. IFA Berlin in September, and we will bring a lot of samples and have an appointment with a lot of customers there.
So yeah, here in Graça you still have a lot of really nice, typical Portuguese food restaurants. You have Santa Avó, where you can have grandma's food. That's what the name of the restaurant is. Then you have the place with the black umbrellas over there, O Pitel. In my opinion, is one of the most traditional restaurants you have on the city. And you have Satellite over there. Satellite is a seafood restaurant. They also have a lot of stuff on the grill. So these three you can have traditional Portuguese food, not very expensive and nice quality.
Okay, we will try that.
I think Graça nowadays from the historic neighborhoods is the one that still got the soul of Lisbon. For example, Alfama, the oldest neighborhood, is losing a bit of its soul. Nowadays it's very touristy. A lot of Airbnbs, hotels. So the typical people that used to live there, slowly they are going away. But here in Graça you can still have the soul of Lisbon with the authentic people of Lisbon living over here.
And we know that in September, Apple will launch the new iPhone 17, and we already have the phone cases for iPhone 17. This for 17 Air, and for our customer, you can already prepare some accessories for iPhone 17 from us. Our sales manager will give you advice and make a quotation for you for all the series.
Pessoal, esplanada nova aqui do Pastel de Belém.
This is Turas cases. Very solid, very and sleek. With a stand. And a strong magnetic attraction. Very strong magnetic attraction for this one. You can feel the quality, the finishing of this.
Here you can also see a lot of cheeses and cured meats over there.
Okay.
Look.
Cheeses.
Original cheese, Portuguese charcuterie. We also have very good chorizo. Now, during the same popular season, they sell you the chorizo on the grill and you can try it with some bread. It's very good. Okay, and here we are nearly arriving to the viewpoint called Lady of the Hill. In Portuguese, Senhora do Monte.
Okay.
So this is the highest natural point of Lisbon. And here you're gonna have one of the best views of the city.
Okay.
Give me just 1 second so I can park. Ora, bom dia. Tá bem, tá bem. So I'm gonna let you. Wait. Tá.
Mas podem encostar o mais à direita possível, assim, fico para trás.
Look at this amazing view, the best view of the city. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna explain you some stuff and then I give you some time to enjoy the city, okay, the view. Ooh. So basically over there we have the St. George Castle. The original St. George Castle there. So the original castle is from the 12th century after our king conquered the city to the Moors. But the Moors already used the primitive form of a fortress on the same location.
Okay.
The beginning of Lisbon is a little fortress on the top and Alfama inside of a wall. When our king conquered the city, he told the Moors, you guys want to stay in Lisbon? Okay, but outside of the city walls. So the neighborhood that you see over here is called Mouraria, which used to be the Moorish part of the city. Then you have the lowest part of the city where you're going to pass later on, We call it Baixa. Baixa translates to low or lowest, so it's the lowest part of the city on the middle of all the hills. You're also going to have our King Christ over there. You see the cross over there? That's our King Christ,
Okay.
a replica of the Redeemer Christ in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil.
Okay.
Basically, because we kept neutral during the World War II, this is our way of thanking God for protecting the city. And next to it, you're going to have the 25th April Bridge. 25th of April was the day of our revolution, the end of our dictatorship. So that's why we have the name of the bridge over there.
Okay.
So yeah, now if you guys want, you can go all the way to the top over there, enjoy the view.
Okay.
And I'll meet you here when you guys are ready.
Okay.
But yeah,
It will take just a few minutes.
yeah, no worries. Take your time, enjoy the best view of the city, okay? See you soon.
Good morning. Hi, moment please. Sit to work. Sit in east.
Now let's enjoy the view of Lisbon.
All about. Oh, sorry. Okay, got it.
When ladies want to get pregnant, they go there.
What a beautiful panoramic view.
É puto de caos, mas... Here is the highest point of the city. A lot of tourists around. Okay, let's go back.这是 Rita。Rita, as CEO of the company, why do you want to travel around Europe to meet our customer? You are so busy. You have so many things to do in Shenzhen. 用中文讲，就问你为什么你这么忙，为什么还要来欧洲去见我们的客户？
因为我们要深度的去了解客户需求，我们要想办法能够给客户提供定制化的一些服务，就是能够面对面的去交流，才可以了解他们的一些实际的一些情况。 话，因为很多客户实际上对我们公司了解产品的
It's because that he wants to get like close to our customer. It's very important for us to get the first information from our customer and the markets. That's why we keep traveling around to meet our customer, to get into the markets, and also share information with our with others, and try to find new opportunities. And another announcement is that we are going to Poland, and we want to build our overseas warehouse, and it's also a requirement of several European customers. They want to have fast shipments. They want to have easiest custom clearance. That's why we want to check out all the options for our customers, and we have some appointment with logistic companies and with lawyer, with a few customers who are willing to have cooperation with us. Hello, Jovi.
Hello.
Do you have something to say?
It's so many uphill and downhills. It's a bit like Chongqing. So
How do you like your trip?
Nice. And thanks very much, Rita and Tuan. Thank you.
Beautiful music.
The Romans left in the physical invasion. The Vikings have been here around 100 years and then they left to
And then, well, you walk down that area, you're gonna find shops, bars. Okay.
还有15分钟。
快一点那没啥看，但有可能会回放。
comment ça dit
David.
Son grand-père était comme ça. Son grand-père c'était le cheval.
You first. 你把那个，你手按一下，按一下这个吗？要按一下吗？怎么知道它是开的？我按过了。
它打开就可以了。
Okay, it's good?
Yes,
It's good, the
yes,
sound?
it's good.
Okay, ready?
Yes,
You guys ready?
yes, we are ready. 你继续嘛，还没完嘛，你就刚刚这个整个。
You like the view over here?
Yes, it's very beautiful.
anytime you come here is amazing view, but the best time is before sunset.
Okay, before sunset.
This is my favorite sunset
Okay.
of Lisbon.
Okay, here.
Here, yeah.
Okay.
So remember the name Senhora do Monte, the Lady of the Mountain or the Lady of the Hill.
Okay.
You come here before sunset, you're gonna have an amazing view. I remember before Lisbon was very tourist, this place was almost a secret.
Okay, this
All-
is the most beautiful place in Lisbon.
Yeah. This is my favorite spot of the city.
Okay. So, where do you do shopping here?
Shopping,
Yeah.
like food shopping.
mall or to buy? Where do you buy your mobile accessories? For example?
So here on the city center you have two shopping malls. You have the shopping of Amoreiras,
Okay.
which is the big glass building that was there on the back. And you have El Corte Inglés. They are the closest
Okay.
shoppings around. And then you also have the neighborhood of Chiado. On the other side of the city, you have the neighborhood of Chiado, which is the shopping neighborhood of Lisbon, where you have Apple store and you have all the services stored around. You also have shopping, clothes, Adidas, Nike, Pull&Bear. All the shopping is in Chiado neighborhood.
And do you buy things online?
Online, not much.
Not much.
Not much. Sometimes I use Amazon,
Yes.
but only for very specific stuff.
Okay. Is there other websites that people want to buy things online?
Most famous one is Amazon. Temu is getting popularity as well. Temu,
Yes.
and some stuff you can still buy from eBay, but I think the biggest one is Amazon.
Okay. But we don't have Amazon in Portugal, right? It's
Spanish.
Amazon,
Yeah,
Spanish.
you use the Spanish Amazon, but they also deliver the stuff here. But myself, I like to, when I buy stuff, I like to touch it, feel it before I buy it. So I prefer, unless it's a very specific thing, I like to go to the shop and see the stuff myself, try it and buy it. The physical product instead of ordering it online.
And how about young people?
Sorry?
Young people, they buy things online or in physical shop.
It's a mix. Like some people like to buy the stuff normal, and some people use the online. I think the new generation, everyone buys things online. It's much easier, and they deliver the stuff to you. Okay, so here we have the funicular of Graça. This one comes from here and connects to the viewpoint of Graça, where the Graça convent was. You remember the Graça convent where you passed by?
Yes.
So this one connects the neighborhood of Mouraria to the neighborhood of Graça. Okay, so now the plan. We're gonna go to the downtown, the lowest part of the city.
Okay.
We're gonna go up again, back from the cathedral. We're gonna pass on St. Antonius Church, and then we finish back where I've met you.
Okay.
Sounds good?
Okay.
So we go down again, and then we start going up
Okay.
again.
And I saw that you can also go to Sintra
Sintra, yeah.
with this car.
No. It's with a van. We have
Okay.
This van over here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We have batteries to go there, but it's very long on the tuk-tuk.
Okay.
The max speed of the tuk-tuk is very low, so it's very long to go on the tuk-tuk. But yeah, we do all of Portugal, north to south, with the van. Usually the tours are 8 to 10 hours, so it's a full day tour. And we show you different stuff. So for example, in Sintra, you go to Sintra and Cascais. Cascais is the Riviera of Portugal. It's an amazing place. Next to the ocean, you have all the boats there. Now is the fancy part of Lisbon where the high society lives. And Sintra is a mountain. Back here. Okay, so here we are on the neighborhood of Mouraria, which used to be the Moorish part of Lisbon. Nowadays it's the most multicultural neighborhood of Lisbon. Is here where you have all the Bangladesh communities, Nepal, Indians, everyone lives over here. You can kind of call it the Chinatown of Lisbon.
Here, Chinatown of Lisbon.
Chinatown of Lisbon. It's mixed. It's a very multicultural neighborhood.
So this part is old city of Lisbon.
Old city. Yeah.
Besides old city, there's some modern residence over.
You have
other parts.
So we have the historic part of the city. This is basically the oldest part of Lisbon. Then on the other side of the downtown, you're gonna have the modern part of the city. Everything was rebuilt after the earthquake.
Okay.
Which used to be where the high society used to live and hang out. And basically, you also have more modern parts of the city, what we call the urban Lisbon from 19th, 20th century. We call it the new avenidas. So here we are in Martim Muniz Square. Martim Muniz Square is where you can find all the international shoppings, as you can see over here.
Yes.
And there you have again the St. George Castle over there. And you're gonna notice on the other side there's gonna be a big line of people. Basically, there's where the 28th tram starts. You might have noticed we